Oh, we should keep our distance, but we shouldn't worry about the fact information can always be used against us because it always is anyway. It doesn't, whether you do something good or bad, it will be used against you, whatever. Gossip is not really an intellectual pursuit. So if you're worried about what stupid people are going to do, you're going to be worried forever. Then you will worry yourself to death because stupid people will continue to do stupid things. Conflict is often what is seeked, is that a word? Sought after. What a person is looking for on a subconscious level because it's easier than dealing with the real issue. A person will often subconsciously seek conflict because they don't want to deal with the conscious issue, which might or might not be something bad. And in the example I gave, it's that, consciously you can always walk away from every situation. It's not an easy thing to do, but you can always consciously say, and when you're in the environment of negative people, it's very important to state your borders and your boundaries and have healthy boundaries and say, the person says, close the door, I want to speak to you. You say, thank you very much. I'm very sorry. I have something that I have to do urgently right now. I'll get back to you later. Yeah, it's like when someone says, when the bad man says, "Hey, little girl, close the door and come over here," just fucking run, okay? Just run
Hmm.
in the other direction as fast as possible,
Yeah.
right?
And
Don't allow yourself to be drawn into the trap, or don't allow yourself to be pulled into a situation which might result in something uncomfortable for everybody's party. And the truth is that everybody wins at the end of the day when you do that because you manage to avoid the negative situation.
yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine anything really positive coming out of a hey, come over here, I need to speak to you kind of situation. It's always that the other person wants to correct something they think is wrong. It might be in rare occasions they want to give you a little bit of advice or help with something, and that's fine. But um, you know, it's horrible to be in a situation where you can't be honest about good things. So it, these are situations to be avoided, and I think I've said this before. As we get older, we have less and less time for this. It seems to me a trap. There's no way you can have a positive resolution to a conversation like that because
Mhm.
it's not a real conversation. The only person you have to justify yourself to is you.
Yeah.
And that's where the focus should be on those important elements of self that everybody needs to take care of. Um, because you talk a lot about the thoughts of other people, but you don't really know what they're thinking, but you really do know
No.
what you're thinking. That's what you can control. That's where the power is. You talk a lot about other people's words. You can't control what they're going to say, but you can control what you are going to say. That's where your power is. Yeah, you can talk a lot about other people's purpose and reason, but you can't control that.
No.
But you can control your own purpose and your own reason. You know why you're walking away. You know that it doesn't benefit you to
Mhm.
be in that situation. That's where your power is.
Yeah.
You talk a lot about the environments created by other people, but the environment you create for yourself is where your power is. The interactions that you choose to have. That's where your power is, not in how other people are interacting with other people. No one's got really any control over that, and if they do, it's some kind of manipulation anyway. So, it's kind of irrelevant. Power begins with understanding self. A lot of a lot of communication is not real anyway. people are forced to communicate because of the jobs that they have or whatever. If they're forced to be in the same space because of work and financial situations, it doesn't mean that these people are our friends or are going to be nice
No.
to us in any sense at all. So it helps if it, it it does help if we are friendly and helpful, good at our job, and nice to other people. It helps us, but um, the people that we're working with are most often, not always, but most often, they're not our friends.
No.
They're not our friends. They're not the
No.
people that we would choose to spend our free time with if we had free time.
Mm.
And so they have to be. That has to be understood. That unless
Sorry.
I think one of your dogs loves me.
Sorry. Hmm. Okay, sorry.
Uh,
Hmm.
so yeah. So I think that we have to get away from worrying about people that we don't actually care about.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
you
mean,
are right.
care about our friends, worry about our friends, worry about our immediate. Like I care what my kids think. I don't give a flying monkey what other people think, right? I really don't. I care. Oh, aren't you worried that? No, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not. I I don't believe that anyone's going to remember much anyway about what happened yesterday today. I really don't. So, and if they do, good for them because they're obviously intelligent and aware of what's going on in their environment. Most people are not intellectual. They're not aware of what's going on in their environment. They've got no idea at all. And so worrying about what other people think is completely pointless. So anyone that I have to interact with through my business, I care what they think because I can help them the more I understand them. But beyond that, I never spend a second thinking about what someone th- what someone else is thinking because that's just going to slow me down. And um, and when I do, like I have conversations with my kids about psychology and philosophy and other things like that. That's kind of all I need. Talk with children about philosophy. People think that children are not philosophical. Children are more philosophical than adults because they don't have any limitations on their thinking
Hmm.
yet. Adults will tell you everything is limited. Children will tell you everything is unlimited. And the kind of environment that everybody wants to be in is an unlimited environment because we don't want to limit ourselves.
Hmm.
So, so, so it's a powerful way to to understand the world and to communicate and that's sort of what helps me. I I the 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 less I focus on what other people are thinking, the happier I get.
Hmm. Probably.
That's what I've noticed about my own personal development.
Hmm.
That it doesn't mean absolutely ignore other people because you want to be aware of the fact you're not hurting them.
Hmm.
Do no harm is one of those fundamental philosophies. Um, but if you're doing good things, then you don't have to worry about that anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like good leads to more good, and bad leads to more bad.